Good morning, driver. Today you are in charge of 1 Kilo 14, the first version train service of the day to leave Blackpool North. We'll call at Poulton-le-Fylde and Kirkham Wesham before arriving at Preston. You are due to depart at 5:30, so please allow passengers to board while setting up your cab. Have a safe trip. So press T to open the doors. Put the aircon to automatic. Headlights to the day position. Master key in, reverser to neutral. Reset the AWS. Signal up ahead is clear, so turn the DRA off. NRN radio test.
Hello, Central Rivers, Ops Control, just testing an NRN. Are you receiving me loud and clear, over?
Yeah, receiving Central Rivers, yeah, loud and clear, over.
Thank you very much, over out.
Copy, West out.
So now that's done, we should be ready to leave. Probably should disable the tilt. So set to forward, reset the DSD, brake release, and power to notch 2. Also set the destination outside by pressing Control and F12 to set the destination to London Euston. So we're departing Blackpool North, the speed limit is 20 miles an hour, and we have about 3 miles to Poulton-le-Fylde. So putting the power to idle as we get to 20 miles an hour. So yeah, we are on Vulcan Productions Northern Lines Electric, I think it's called. So the scenario is called 1 Kilo 14 Blackpool North to crew. Good morning, driver. Today you are in charge of 1 Kilo 14, the first version train service of the day to leave Blackpool. We call that Poulton-le-Fylde and Kirkham Wesham. Yeah, it's the same as the start. So Blackpool, Poulton-le-Fylde, Kirkham Wesham, and Preston. So the limit is 30, going up to 40. So yeah, it's a nice route. I think I have all the requirements except the Highland Main Line. But I don't think it should make too much of a difference, or much of an impact on the scenery. /50 than 70. So in real life, I have been on through a 9 between Poulton-le-Fylde and Blackpool North, and then 158 back to Poulton-le-Fylde. I think neither of the trains went on stopped at this station. I think it's called Leighton. Come on, lag. So start braking for the 35 limit coming up very shortly. Had a couple of milk balls there, I wonder what they were. Why is it so laggy? Why are the brakes so bad on this train? Come on, slow down. I kind of want to stop. 39, 38, 37, 36. 35. So, arriving into Poulton-le-Fylde. You should go under like a road bridge before into the station. Well, there's a lot of meatballs on the left. I wonder if it's like vegetation or something, or some sort of fence. So you can see Poulton-le-Fylde station just on the right behind this curve. The track bed from the right joins from Fleetwood. I think that was demolished during the beaching acts. This is Poulton-le-Fylde station. Coming to a very gentle stop. So departing at Poulton-le-Fylde, the speed limit is 50 miles an hour, and we have about 6.5 miles to Kirkham and Wesham. Wesham. So put the power to max and accelerate to 50, shortly going up to 70. Is that a test train? 1 Quebec 82. That's informative. I think I might be doing like Derby Railroad Technical Centre to Derby Railroad Technical Centre via everywhere. Or in other words, Derby ITC to Derby ITC via multiple different places. Of course, today this train will be operated by a Pendolino because the entire track between Blackpool and Houston is electrified. I think it was part of the Northern Hub project, which promised to upgrade railway infrastructure across the north. What did I just press? So the Northern Hub includes electrification of the line through Newton Willows, so Manchester to Liverpool via Highton electrified. It also includes the the line to Blackpool being electrified, so this one, and the line via Bolton being electrified. So a 319 can go from Manchester through Bolton and Chorley to Leyland, and then down the West Coast Main Line towards Preston and Blackpool. And you're speeding. What a surprise. God, the brakes are awful. There is like a Voyager patch somewhere about the brakes. I can't really find it. It includes the Autocord, which connects Victoria and Piccadilly more directly, instead of having to go through St Philip's Park, reverse to Ashbridge, and then through Ardwick into Piccadilly. Although it does involve having to go west to Victoria through Salford, then towards the busy Castleville corridor through Oxford Road to Piccadilly. So it's not really any better. And it also includes new trains, like the 195s and the 321s, to replace the Pacers. Of course, the other problem with the also card is that because you're putting more trains into an already crowded network, and because there's no more space in either Piccadilly, Oxford Road, or Deansgate, or Victoria, you're just making a bad problem a lot worse. Because when the full timetable was introduced over the also card, you had trains from Newcastle and Redcar going to Manchester Airport. And because there's no more capacity at either Victoria, Oxford Road, or Piccadilly, you made the problem worse. You're going to make the Castleford corridor even busier. Of course, today, because of COVID, the trains from Newcastle to Manchester Airport don't run because there's no demand for it to. And also with COVID, there's a lot less traffic on the line. I think it's like a little less than it was. And the reason that Piccadilly hasn't got like an extension of like platforms 15 and 16 is because of money. Like building 2 elevated long platforms is going to be very expensive, and the thing about Victoria is that it's tiny, and you can't expand it because of the arena. So yeah, there's nothing you can do about it. And you also can't expand the Castlefield corridor because of all the buildings in the way. Coming up on Kirkham Wesham, where we join up from Blackpool South. I don't think the line extends all the way to Blackpool South. I mean, I know the track does, but I don't think the scenery does. It's also another Kirkham because the brakes are pitiful. Also, someone asked me to drive more Voyagers, so here you go. I mean, it is definitely a longer journey than Craigentine to Edinburgh, than Blackpool to Preston. I would get the Highland Main Line, which would complete the requirements of the route, but the Highland Main Line is just so slow and boring. I mean, I get the scenery is good, but I like routes where you can drive fast, not just like 25 miles an hour. Oh yeah, we're also in 221 101, 101 Squadron, in the flowing silk livery, which the Voyager no longer wears because Avanti stripped the flowing silk livery and just left it completely white like the Pendos. But with the Avanti logo on the driving ends. Although it is before 7, so we shouldn't really be using the horn. But it's a simulator, who cares? So, aiming to stop at the end of the platform here at Kirkham and Wesham. Wesham? I should know how to pronounce it, but I don't. So there's VT4 and 5 on the left. And my cat just sat over there looking really confused. So it's passing Kirkham Wesham. The speed limit is 70 miles an hour, going to 75. And the next stop is Preston. It's 8 miles, 7.83 miles. So yeah, it's a nice livery. Too bad it's not around anymore. defunct, like version. So in real life, I have seen 221-101 in Flow Silk livery. I think it's once in Warrington. And I think it was going from Scotland to Euston or something like that. It's a nice livery. It's too bad it's not running anymore. I think the Flow Silk was Virgin's idea, and when Avanti took over, they just want to get rid of it. Because I'm pretty sure Avanti are getting rid of the Voyagers and replacing them with IETs. Okay, I swear to God, IETs will be everywhere soon. So it's called each corner of the UK will have an IET in it. So next station is Solwick and then Preston. We're due to Preston at 5:55. It's about 9 minutes. The AI in the scenario is very, very non-existent. Maybe it's because it's like 10 to 6. This is Solwick Station. With signage the one way around. So the route was created by Vulcan Productions, available on their website. It's called Northern Lines Electric. It runs from Blackpool North to Preston. So if I look at the map, so there's Preston. We are here. So yeah, that is the route. Although saying that, most of all of this is not detailed, but only this bit is. So Preston to Blackpool. I should also turn off my mouse capture, or cursor capture, because it's not really needed, and it just gets in the way. Even though I should have done that at the start of the video, or not now. Well. So, the AP Class 317. It looks really good. I think the livery is like BR Blue, no XLTs, Great Northern, some sort of Thames Link one, when they used to run trains between Moorgate and Bedford, using the curve at Farringdon that's closed. Yeah, it's looking to be a really good pack. It should release very soon. Getting a lot of lag again. So, passenger view. No different from any other Voyager. Oh god, the frame rate. I think the game is just trying to load in Preston because even the OHLE is missing. It should load in eventually. Looks like there's a well of the wires. There they are. Just loaded in. Well, I think this bit of the route is very detailed. So 55 and 35. Got the yellow. I think we might have to wait for a train to leave Preston. So at Preston, we will join up with the West Coast Main Line from Lancaster and Carlisle, and Edinburgh and Glasgow, then head south through Leyland, Preston, Crewe, Stafford, Rugby, Milton Keynes, Bletchley, Watford, and then London. Even though this train is only going to Crewe. So setting the destination to London was wrong. I wonder why they're going to Crewe and not London. Probably engineering work. Oh, I think I might join up with a train from the North Wales coast, like Chester or Holyhead, to head into London. So this portion goes from Blackpool to Crewe, joins up with another Voyager from Chester, and then they both head to London. That sounds much more feasible, or believable. 1 November 50. I think that's a train from Manchester Airport via Bolton. Line from the left is the West Coast Main Line from Carlisle. And we're cleared into platform 4. So this is Preston, where the video ends, and the scenario. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this short journey on the Voyager. So subscribe for more interesting content, like the video if you're so inclined, follow me on Twitter for future video updates, join my Discord server, link in the description, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video when we arrive into Preston. Why does that have a missing texture? That shot on the right had a missing texture. So arrival into Preston. Someday we'll be able to drive to Wigan.